Imagine living in a place with no highways, no nearby cities, and no easy way to leave. This map shows the massive network of interstate highways that connects the country. If we strip away those roads and the power grids they follow, the landscape reveals vast, off-grid regions. Hidden within these gaps are communities that exist outside the reach of standard infrastructure, requiring extraordinary effort to access. These regions are defined by complex physical barriers that actively filter out modern conveniences and force the people who live there to adapt to the land. In Supai, Arizona, isolation is measured in depth. The village sits at the bottom of Havasupai Canyon, reachable only by an 8-mile trek or a helicopter flight down these vertical rock walls. Because the terrain blocks standard supply routes, residents cultivate crops like corn directly at the base of these desert mesas. In the Arctic, the barrier isn't just distance, but environmental hostility. In Shishmaref, the very ground is eroding into the sea, leaving homes like this one teetering on the edge of a collapsing coastline. These locations test the limits of logistics, but there is one island that adds an even more difficult layer to its isolation. True absolute isolation occurs when extreme geographical entrapment meets the tension of an international border. Here in the Bering Strait, Little Diomede sits directly in the center. A measuring line shows the narrow 2.4-mile gap between this American island and Russia's Big Diomede. It's a spatial paradox, isolated from its own country but sitting next to a foreign superpower. The island is a rugged rock formation, surrounded by a dark ocean constantly filled with shifting ice flows. With almost no level ground, the community is built directly into the steep, rocky hillside, clinging to the topography with nowhere else to go. Residents here exist at the most remote edge of American logistics and on the most immediate front line of an international border. Severe weather frequently cuts off the island. Fog and storms over these snow-covered cliffs routinely halt flights, their only connection to the outside world. During winter, the Bering Sea solidifies into pack ice. The ocean is no longer a travel route, becoming impassable terrain pushing against the houses. When the landscape and the weather conspire to keep you trapped for weeks at a time, it raises a difficult question. Why stay? The answer is found in the persistence required to live here. Navigating the pack ice and building on these cliffs creates a shared experience and a community bond that is impossible to replicate on the mainland. For the people of Little Diomede, these environmental challenges are the architecture of their home. Every storm and every mile of ice reinforces a way of life that belongs exclusively to this island. From the depths of the Grand Canyon to the edge of the Bering Strait, Supai, Shishmaref, and Diomede are the ultimate edge cases of human habitation. They challenge the assumption that being more connected and having easier access is always a superior way to live. While mainland infrastructure tends to make every town look and feel the same, these disconnected regions preserve their own distinct character. Extreme isolation functions as a protective boundary, a rugged geographic shield that allows unique cultures to thrive without being diluted by the rest of the world.